that when I was getting back on that bus, I turned back to him and I said, Johan, you see this bus right here? This is my only ride to and from my reserve. We're living on this thing called welfare, social assistance. We get a couple $100 check every month that pays for enough food for myself, my siblings. And I told him that. And I turned and I walked away. I got on the bus. I was ashamed. The next day I come off the bus and Johan is standing right there. And Johan says to me, hey, Kendall, come here for a second. I want to talk to you. So I come up to Johan, scared. He's like, Kendall, I told my parents everything you told me last night. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, why would you do that, Johan? He's like, no. Now we could see that I'm scared. He's like, no, Kendall. We actually want to help you out. I was like, what do you mean? Well, my mom and my dad already paid for your fee to play soccer with me. In fact, we're actually going to pick you up from your reserve and drop you off every single practice and every game. How does that sound? They started doing that. We became even stronger friends. Every single day at recess, every single time I'd get to his house as well. See, he lived on a beautiful lake with a 3-story house walkout basement. And I remember I went there the first time. I was like, wow, this is what life is like. And when we're programmed from kids to think, and see a certain way of living, for example, if you grew up in poverty and you're not used to seeing abundance and you're around people who don't think that way, you start to think the way that the people around you start thinking. And you have a hard time ever attracting that into your life. You see, I never thought that was possible to ever get a 3-story house when I was 10 years old. That wasn't in my programming. I never saw that. You see, when your mind expands, it doesn't go back, okay? So that's why it's very important to always invest in yourself, invest in books, invest in programs, get yourself outside your comfort zone to see what's possible so that you can expand your mind and hopefully get there one day as well. I had to rebrand everything. I had to write a business plan. I started competing in business plan competitions. I was getting up on stages like this, trying to convince judges, just like on Dragons Den, to believe in my product because my product was amazing. At the same time, we're going to give back to kids who are once like me. That was my pitch. So I started to win like thousands of dollars in all these business competitions, and I would take this money and I would start selling this out of my 1-bedroom apartment where my sonny was barely 1 year old at the time. Keanu was crawling in between the TV, and right beside him are boxes of t-shirts to the ceiling of our 1-bedroom apartment. Okay? Myself, Rachel, my now wife, and Keanu were in this apartment. So he's watching people coming up to our apartment going, coming up to the 2nd floor and buying out of our closet. That was our first store. I had a wireless debit machine, taking payments and so on. Things were happening. Then all of a sudden, at the end of 2011, I ran into a wall. And we found ourselves downtown Saskatoon applying for welfare. I stopped and I said, Rachel, let's go. And she's like, what's going on? I was like, let's just go. I'll talk to you about it outside. So we went back. It was a quiet car ride back home to our apartment. And I sat her down and I said, Rachel, that's not going to be us. I grew up like that. I don't want to raise my family like that. I have an opportunity here with this Nietzsche Gear business. I know if I give it everything I have here today, I know I can make something happen with it. I need your support. Guess what she did? She supported me. It's important to have that support, even if it's just one person. So when I came and didn't do this again, and I ended up in this welfare line, I felt like a complete failure. And I had nowhere else to go. And I had no choice but to succeed. It's when your back's against that wall where you find things, an inner drive within you to keep moving forward. No one's ever told me I see potential in you. How many times have you ever heard that word, I see potential in you? You know, I could count it in the palm of my hand. That word right there was so powerful to me. And as leaders of our families, our organizations, our businesses, and so on, I want to challenge you again. How many times throughout the day, throughout the work week, throughout the month, are we using positive words of encouragement to uplift people? My grandma used to tell me some stuff, my kukam. She used to say, watch how you talk to people. The words that you use can uplift people or it can destruct them. Watch how you use your words. Are you uplifting people today or not? Are the words that you're using today serving your audience, the people that you're leading? the people that are around you, the people that are looking up to you.